Susan Smith will tell you that what she has done in life is nothing special. She will just say she represents so many teachers and coaches who, like her, devote their time and interest to the young people they lead and inspire. But don't believe this from this humble woman from Bridgewater. When Sue Smith retired last June after 36 years teaching and coaching at Hebbville Academy, she took with her a dedication and devotion that many teachers and coaches can only hope to achieve.
Sue was the true blue high school physical education teacher / coach. She coached the entire school year. Predominantly, she was starting to fall with cross country, move into the basketball, and she actually used cross country as a way to condition her basketball players. Then she'd get into the basketball season, a full length season, and then right into track and field. She never took a day off of coaching, and that's pretty remarkable.
She has been honored with certificates and plaques from her students, peers at school, Provincial Department of Education, Nova Scotia Teachers Union, and Nova Scotia School Athletic Federation. She was awarded the Dorothy Walker Distinguished Service Award for outstanding contribution to interscholastic athletics, an esteemed honor named after a woman who was very instrumental in developing school sport and women's sports, and indirectly responsible for enabling women like Sue Smith to teach physical education and coach school sports in this province. She has even had a resolution lauding her career passed in the Nova Scotia legislature. But what matters most to this woman is the success of the students with whom she's worked, student athletes she's coached, turning them into fine citizens over the 36 years of her leadership.
I think she saw the importance of coaching and what she did on the kids' lives and on her life. I mean, she lives for sports and for kids.
Sue was an athlete way back as she attended Musquodoboit Rural High, where she played soccer, volleyball, basketball, and track and field. While studying at the Nova Scotia Teachers College, Sue played varsity basketball and volleyball.
Sue was a fierce competitor in sport, no matter whether it was table tennis down in the rec room or whether or not it was on the soccer field or the softball field, whether it was a pickup game or not. Sue was very competitive.
She graduated in the spring of 1968 and by that fall started her lengthy career at what was then Hebbville Consolidated High School. When the school became a junior high in 1978, she dedicated herself to cross country, basketball, and track and field, taking little or no break between seasons. She also filled in when needed when coaches were unavailable for other sports in her school.
The fact that for 36 years, most female phys ed teachers or coaches do not maintain that kind of straight through. Well, they got families to raise, and many have to take that break and get their young families established and so on. For anybody that does for 36 years is a miracle worker.
Many of her athletes have gone on to star at college and university and were instrumental in the winning teams at Parkview Education Center. In a time when girls' sports were given less importance than boys, Sue changed that thinking on the South Shore, demanding more in gym time and uniforms and greater equality.
I think that girls' sports took a back seat to emphasis, to funding, to time in the gym, and I think that this is where, to me, Sue became a legend and certainly a pioneer. Certainly not the only one, but certainly was a dominant force. And this was well before the NCAA Article 9, the gender equity, that she wanted to make sure that females had the same opportunity and had the same funding, involved in the same coaching emphasis given to them in sport. And here's a woman that has dedicated her whole teaching career and coaching career, which spans 35 years plus, to the betterment of girls' athletics.
How about these numbers? In her more than 3.5 decades at Hebbville, her teams have won 24 cross-country regional banners, 25 track and field regional banners, 6 basketball regional banners, 5 provincial cross-country banners, and 16 provincial track and field banners. For 21 years, Sue has been involved with the Jump Rope for Heart program at her school, raising over $60,000 for the Nova Scotia Heart and Stroke Foundation and receiving awards for that effort. She has also been honored by the Division I Girls Basketball Provincial Tournament. Sue has done the job for 35 years and done it well, changing thinking, developing athletes, and most importantly, developing people.
Above everything else, she's a good person and a good role model. Yeah, I got a lot of time for Sue Smith.
Yes, indeed. The newest inductee in the builder category to the Nova Scotia Sport Hall of Fame. Ladies and gentlemen, Susan Smith. To present the plaque from Nova Scotia Health Promotions, Blaise Landry, and the pin presenter, a longtime friend and coaching opponent who learned much by being whipped by Sue Smith. Let's welcome Jack Murphy up to the stage as well. So, I'm going to move. Really? Why not? Sue, 35 years doing what you did, and I see you here watching the tape and hearing the accomplishments. What goes through your mind on a night like this?
I don't know. Gee, ask another question, will you?
Yeah, sure. I'll do another question. It's like working with Colleen Jones all of a sudden. Yeah. Sure. I'll do whatever you say. You need a coffee? No. Okay. I mean, you coached for 30. I'll try to rephrase it.
Okay,
where the hell's John Hamm when you need him? You coached for 35 years. What kept you coming back year after year? Because it was tough work and tough slugging, I assume, for many of those years?
No, I wouldn't say that.
Okay, 0 for 2. One more try. What kept you coaching for 3.5 decades, Sue?
Well, I took 2 months off, summertime.
Right.
That's recharging my batteries.
Right.
And then I got back in.
And that was enough to recharge you?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What was it like for you to watch young athletes come in maybe grade 6 or 7 and see them through 3 years and leave as better athletes and people? What's that feeling like?
Oh, very rewarding. And still, last week we were doing the cross country, and it's nice to see the kids still in practice, coaching. Running. And even though Jack is not there, still kids still run without him. You know what I mean?
You and Jack have a long-time rivalry and friendship. Is that correct? Yes. It was a nice hug up here.
Well, he was a year behind me, but never did catch me. But
no. It might be good to leave it right there. Dare I risk another question? Yeah. Listen, let's have a hand for Sue Smith. A tough interview, but a great coach. Thank you.